The American College of Pediatricians, okay, which is a Christian anti-LGBTQ plus hate group, has launched a shocking website advocating conversion therapy for trans youth. In a disturbing twist, it instructs mothers to suppress emotions towards husbands and children, promoting traditional gender roles. Fathers are urged to engage in hypermasculine activities with sons, reinforcing harmful stereotypes.
Oh my God.
Okay, what is going on? Watch this.
It's important to, first of all, call them interventions and not call them any kind of treatment, because treatment infers a sort of a beneficial outcome. The concept that these things done to children will make their lives better, improve their mental health is a fallacy. The data did not show that. The long-term data from Europe have come in after approximately 20 years of watching these kids and doing very critical studies of the evaluation of their mental health. It shows that there is no benefit to mental health and possibly a detriment to mental health in the long run to have these children believe they can be somebody of the opposite sex and to change their bodies both in appearance and physical changes due to surgical interventions. So it's a damaging medicalization of a mental health problem.
I'm sorry you had to sit through that. I'm just going to tell you that, all right? Fake medical group tells husbands to do more manly stuff, all right? And that mental health, you don't get shit out of that. Why would you want to take care of your mental health? What are we all talking about? How can they play these things,
We are talking about a 20-year study that is done.
So done.
That with the waste of time. Can you imagine where the money could go?
To better help so many societies, so many communities.
When I was a kid, my dad would take me to because Greeks are very big on soccer. Mm-hmm. So all the dads would take all their sons to go watch the soccer game, and it's all. And I'm just I would just bring a book and
and read,
just sit
right?
somewhere. Because the boys would be let's go out and just they're 11 or so or 12. Let's go and crazy. I'm I just want to fuck this shit.
Let's get dirty. I'm I know.
Dirty.
Alex is no, in the future I'll get another kind of dirty, and this ain't it.
These are
okay?
I'm not getting dirty.
But none of that made you more macho or less macho. I mean these people are they're allowed to put out this propaganda, which is crazy. Hey, dads, be a better dad. Take your son fishing. Yeah. Show him masculine stuff. Throw shit. Be dirty. Be messy. So your son can figure out how to be a real man.
From a safety level, I was surrounded by all of that macho bullshit that I'm able to just sort of fall into it to protect myself.
Yeah.
But I'm just RuPaul season 6. It's
blinding.
That's it. That's just that. I'm
bad lighting.
That's it. Oh my God, that's season 1. But yeah, it's I don't know. When my dad would say things "Why can't you be more like so and so's kid?" Yeah, it would it would minimalize me. It would minimalize. I can only imagine what a trans kid. That was not me, but for a trans kid to hear something like that from your dad, or anybody, but from your dad. Why can't you be more like so and so? So magnify that, throw them into some sort of competitive young sport, whatever. It's it's almost a little hurtful, a little bit sad for the kid.
It is, yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Who's the one who suffers at the end of it all? This trans kid that's got to go through this.
Yeah, that should have gone through his therapy and everything at a younger age, because at 35, when you're trying to, when you finally identify who you are freely, it's a little more difficult, I would think, from a physical standpoint to match what's going on the inside.
No, that makes total sense, but this, these ads, okay, there was one during the Super Bowl, right? And it's always it's somebody cleaning Jesus's feet and and then it'll show people from all these different cultures and say we should all love each other. And you're oh, let me take note. And then at the end, it's Moms for Liberty or some crazy shit that, and it's they try to bring you in and lure you in, and then they give you false information. You know, people are seeing this and believing it, Alex. Okay, there's a trans kid right now suffering because their dad or their mom saw this stupid ass video and was you need to be more macho. You need to beat the kid, maybe.
They're suffering because there's nothing wrong with you.
There's nothing wrong with you.
No.
Understand that. Trans is beautiful. You are exactly who you are, all right? And you know it right here. And nobody can tell you different.
Yeah, it's very sad.
So F them.